Hello, good morning. So we are back to on our topic. So we left the last class how your PKI infrastructure but back as the original tokens. The here this is not a good practice just for demo purpose. I'm showing you can do that, and that's by default. That is the stage you have to configure back to the public. So we will explore the public key. So first you have to see the git remotes. What are the remote do we have? So we have one remote, that's origin. But what sets? What are the verb? Means what are the features associated with that? So we can see that hyphen verbs, the features. So GitHub we okay account with the at the rate of Git. So this supposed to be HTTP. This supposed to be in the kitchen public infrastructure. You have to attach your not through the REST API. You supposed to use as a git authentic server wise, means is introduced with the server, then only PKI going to judge client and server, public and private key. So I'm going to change that. The command is get the command is, let me the command over here. Command have to URLs. Okay, so we have to do that. So git remote command is remote, and you have to do set URL. So you're going to set the URL of this, and this goes to my previous URL. This is my will be my which I have shared you just now. You remember him? Just I have shared you that URL. Okay. So
Yeah.
this will be your origin, and you're going to set your URL as origin, and okay. Now you can check your git remotes. So this going to be fetch and push going to change the URL. Now I'm going to do the push using this command push origin main. They will prompt with the http://hub.com. Are you able to see? Earlier it was not prompting. They are asking you, this server going to ask you the who is your public. I don't follow the credential user and part. Are you able to understand? This is URL and this URL. That's the key. So my user ID is this network. This is my user and the password. So let's pass the password and see the challenges what we I'm going to take. So let's so, so this password is a URL password, and it says that remote support password authentication was removed on August 13, 2021. Please use a personal access token. Means you should not use your password. You should use your personal, because this is revoked. This system is not anymore is compliant. Okay, and if you want to see that how to create the token authentication, just click here and you means authentication. Clear guys? So I already show you how to create the personal. That's you have to go to. Okay, clear guys? Now let's do login using the personal. So I'm going to copy my personal token here from here. Just I copy. Okay, and let's do this. So I'm going to put that's the username there, and I'm going to what we copy as a now there. Here.
Yeah.
So let's see what is my git status now. My git status. What is my git status? Everything origin, the remote as well. So let's see back to my GitHub account. I will check my repositories. We will see that the repo 32 standards created was that. So this is 12 minutes for this seventh commit changed with. Now we can click page we commits one for command iOS model, another for the local versus uh, network CLI connection. Click and we can see the actual code, what the difference. These are the showing difference what we have done, the changes. With instead of connection type local, we went network CLI, rest all the things are almost. But you want to see the code, browse the file, the back to your browse file. Go to the file, what we have actual file here, everyone.
Yes.
So you understand, but now come back to the we have to be not like token system. This is one of the uh, basic authentication we should go for. We will do later on, we will develop the code and frequently we can push and pull or fetch every time they pop up with the username and credential. So I don't want that. Okay, so before going this section, we should understand what do we by the. Okay, so we will explore our PKI infrastructure for other all the scenarios. This is the cloud authentication. We'll go for first router, how the router and switch is going to do PKI, how the system Linux one Linux going to author, or Windows not using password. So should I move to the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is clear. Let me show you anything left on this point. And here few things let me show you. Here you have pop up with this thing. You can, we will later on we will see what how can we can pull the request. This is if you click this you can get the code, you can your hash, you have only one branch. Click this if you have multiple branch, you all the branches, you can switch over the branches. We're going to explore this thing, and here the setting command where we can call my collaborators. Right now there is no collaborators, you guys going collaborators. You please create your account so that I can call you collaborator and give the access of that code. You can also develop the code and you push on that, and together we're going to see the conflicts and conflict resolution. Till now we saw the conflict going to be happened on the git on your local system. What happened the same after push your data, everyone have pushed the data on the GitHub. How are you going to resolve your conflict? What are the what are the way of working, mm, workplace where we can sanitize our data, resolve the conflict. So that going to be by doing the Ansible code, by doing the Ansible project, we're going to clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Before going PKI infrastructure, the few thing I want to introduce here for GitHub, which now. So first thing is called how you. There's two condition. How you going to push your data in Git. So first condition is says you have already some code available in your Git. Means Git means your local system. You have already developed your code or some work you have done already existing project in you. This is one condition. Second condition, either you have not have existing one, you are planning for brand new project, brand new project. So you have to create your project on your GitHub. In this condition, go for GitHub, create your branch, then you clone that to your local system, start working on the local system, then you push back to the second method. Okay, so we will do one lab for this. We will explore one of this option. Right now we have done this part. Are you agree or not? We have
Yes.
existing one. So let's do this. So I'm going to second option. Now we have explored the first option. Second option is that. So let's do one project. Let's start. Everyone having 15 years of experience in the networking. So I'm going to start one new project. This is called Funet. The name as Fun with Applied CCN. Yeah, that's the applied CCN. Means only the practical part. Applied CCN. This is my project, and everyone going to contribute on that. Apart from this, of course, this what we are doing on Ansible. That's that's a we going to understand the code and we will do gradually. The major part I'm going to make you do that. But here, everyone experience in CCNA, you can add small labs or anything what you want to add. So everyone going to be a contributor for this future. And I want this is the my project. I want to write one book which is for applied CCNA, means only the practical stuff going to be there. Very less number of theories associated. That will be good. Or you want to change the name?
I
Nikhil.
think it is good.
Okay,
It's
it's
good.
yes. Fun with the applied CCN where we're going to contribute for each and every one. So how do you create the new repo? So there is one you can see the plus symbol. So just click here. You can see the new repository. Okay. So I will show you these all things. What do you mean by that? But today we're going to explore only the new repo. Either you go click this, you come on that new repository, or you can go to your profile and there is some repositories, and you can start repository. Where is that? Here can you see new page? So this is a two-way. Either you go for this option or either you go for this. So they will create the new repository. So we have three. So I'm going to create new one. So new I click. Either you click this also same. That's new. So I'm going to give the name as. So then they given you how to write your name. This is the right way to the name. So I'm going to give fun going to keep small later one with applied system. Applied. Here, this is our new project. So now, what are the? This is the name of my repositories, repo, and we select public. We're going to explore what these. Okay, and there is a readme file. So if you see, if I have not selected this, you can see there is nothing coming, no branches generated. As soon as I will click this, add a readme file, they generated with this will set the main as a default branch. Change your default name or set. Okay, means this says that as soon as you will add readme file, what is readme file is nothing about the contributor, who are the contributor, what are you doing, means your introduction of that repository. They're going to say about that repository. We're going to talk about we're going to spend the time over here how you have to create the readme file by doing this project. But till now you understand, as soon as I will click that read file, means one file is added. Of course you're going to write on that contributor all the information about the project, why this project, how this project, who are the contributor, and who are the writer, who are the reviewer, and what's the benefit of this project or book, for this book, because we are writing one book for CC. Okay, so readme file is very important. They will create. If you deselect, you can see there is no main file. But I want to do this so that one readme file will be there automatically. Now come to the public and private. Public means anyone on the internet can see this repository. They can see. You can choose who can commit. Yes, means always you remember, but they can't modify this. You have to ask, you have to give permission to change the commit, means they can push their data. So that called collaborators. You have to add as a collaborator those guys to whom you want to take participation in this project. Okay, now if you are not taking them, even though it's a public, they can able to copy this, clone, they can clone, they can't modify, they can't change anything. They can clone, they can study those material, they can see those material. Because I want to keep this public, everyone. Private, you click private, choose who can see and commit this repository. Means here, no one can able to see them. Anyhow, they are not able to do commit. For commit in public also, you have to add the authentication, you have to modify the change. Just they can copy, they can see, they can study, they can explore what we are doing. Okay, so I want to keep public because this is for all the people. Later on we'll see how good content we are able to. We will get the feedback. So here the commit can be, so this is my file, and create repository. I just click repository. So they have default file. Okay, so we're going to explore what do you mean by .md markdown. This technique called markdown is there's no link with the git or github. It's a completely different technology where you're going to write your code, means going to define your index. Okay, so we're going to study about the markdown. We're going to explore and we will spend the time in our classes on how we have to write. But just what we have right now, we have one repo. Just click on the file, you can the repository edge. We have 4 repositories. Click here, one public repository, just 1 minute. Period, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how I will start working on this? Just nothing, have to click and we have clone. I've done earlier. Just go to there and the HTTP, copy this, clone in my. I will come out with network automation and say the git status here. You can see that there is I can't do this. So always you remember within the git you cannot run your clone part or any git. So I will cd. We are here pwd. Please don't run on the cloning part. I have one for cloning purpose. I made one different folder. Yes, I do all the cloning stuff for it.
It's called
Yes,
git
yes,
clone only.
yes, yes. Now here, git status you have to run. This must not any file. Okay, then you have to. So we have lots of cloning. Have net prob basic only one. Just to do clone my new project. Come to my file system now. File system. Two. One is the one with the applied system. I will do state and see here and check remotes origin. Yeah, and now I'm going to start working on this. Once I will do, then I will work, I will interact, will track the file, will commit, will add, commit, then we will. Here guys, saw all the both method. We have existing one, another how we done. Okay, so you can see here we have readme file here, .md. For in upcoming classes, that's very interesting. We will see part this. Now come back to our original stuff where we're going to see. So I'm going to cover in the next upcoming class. Okay, so that's going to be separate topic entirely. How we going to authenticate without the password. Bye bye, see you.